Myself, Dr. Muralidhar Budigir, presently working as a professor and HOD in the Department of Sharrachana, that is Human Anatomy. MR in Ayurvedic Medical College, Hospital and Research Center, Bagalkot. So this video consists human body parts and human body and organs. Hence, this video is only recommended for the medical students and medical education purpose. Let's start. First, we are going to discuss on the anatomical landmarks in the pectoral region. The first anatomical landmark is the clavicle. The clavicle is the bone which lies at the root of the neck. It is situated transversely, and medially it joins with the bone that is called sternum, and laterally it joins with the bone that is called scapula. So the speciality of the clavicle is this clavicle is situated horizontally. The clavicle is situated horizontally in the root of the neck and connecting to the scapula through a joint. This joint is known as acromioclavicular joint because this is the acromion process of the scapula. And next, medially the clavicle is articulating with the sternum, so hence it is called by the name of sternoclavicular joint. So the clavicle is the bone which is situated in the root of the neck, and throughout its length it is a subcutaneous. It means you can palpate yourself throughout the length. And above the clavicle in the human body there is a depression. This depression is called by the name of supraclavicular fossa. And inferior to the scapula on the lateral aspect there is another depression here. So this depression is called infraclavicular fossa. In the body you can appreciate this is the clavicle. This is the clavicle situated here, and in this area you will get the infraclavicular fossa. So this is the location of the infraclavicular fossa. And after that, in the midline, there is another bony landmark that is called sternum. The sternum is the flat bone which lies in the midline of the thorax, which is divided into three parts. Upper part, this is called manubrium sterni, middle body of the sternum, and last small part which is extended in the epigastric fossa. So this is called by the name of gyphoid process. Manubrium sterni, body of the sternum, and gyphoid process, where the manubrium sterni and body of the sternum are going to join, so that junction part is represented by an angle. So that angle is called by the name of sternal angle or angle of Lewis. And one more thing, the manubrium sterni, the superior part of the manubrium sterni, which lies between the medial end of the clavicle, right and left clavicle, medial end of the right and left clavicle, there is a depression. Where is this depression? The depression is on manubrium sterni. So this depression is called by the name of Suprasternal Notch or jugular notch. In the dead body, it is represented here between the clavicle, in the midline, above the manubrium sterni. So that point is called by the name of jugular notch. And so body of the sternum is extending from this region to this region, and here you will appreciate, or we are getting the part that is called gyphoid process. And after this we are going to identify one more anatomical landmark, that is coracoid process. Coracoid process is the part of the scapula. So in this skeleton, this is the scapula. It is situated on the posterior lateral aspect of the thorax, and here this is the coracoid process. Actually, the coracoid process is lying in the infraclavicular fossa, 2.5 cm below the clavicle, 2.5 cm below the clavicle, in the infraclavicular fossa. If you press, then you will appreciate, or you will get the bony landmark that is called by the name of coracoid process. In the dead body, we can appreciate this is the infraclavicular fossa. If you press 2.5 cm below, then you will get the bony landmark, that is coracoid process. And after that, one more bony landmark that is called by the name of nipple. The nipple is the part of the breast, so which is situated at the level of fourth intercostal space. which is lies at the level of 4th intercostal space. And after that, we are going to appreciate one more anatomical landmark, that is axilla. So axilla or the armpit. It is a pyramidal shaped space which lies between the upper part of the thorax and upper part of the arm. So this axilla has two parts. One is anterior axillary fold. This is the anterior axillary fold and this is the posterior axillary fold. And once you identify the anterior axillary fold and posterior axillary fold and identify the midpoint of the axilla and draw the vertical line. So this vertical line drawn vertically through the midpoint of the axilla is known as mid-axillary line. And there is one more anatomical landmark that is called by the name of mid-clavicular point. So identify the medial end of the clavicle and lateral end of the clavicle and approximately midpoint of the clavicle, and identify the midpoint of the clavicle and draw vertical line. So that is called by the name of mid-clavicular line. So this is the one is the mid-clavicular line, another one is the mid-axillary line, and another one is median plane or midline of the body. The midline of the body which passing through the middle of the sternum or midpoint of the sternum, which divides the body approximately 2 equal halves.